Here we are.
We're live.
Happy Thursday, SNPs. So excited to be here with you today. And so first of all, you guys, you know the routine. If you are joining us live, go ahead and drop in where you're joining us from. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and drop us a hashtag replay. And let's see. Oh, I see people hopping on. Perfect. People have found it. And it takes a minute here to show more. Hey, Shelly, thanks for watching today with us. And let's see here. All right. Yep, more people. All right. Hey, Chris from San Diego. Hey, Chloe. Nice to see you. I see Carissa. All right. I see we've got Jamaica in the house.
Yeah.
Michigan in the house. Awesome. Awesome. Well, guys, we are so excited that you're here. And just let us know. Are you having a great week? If you're having a great week, drop us some hearts down there. Drop us some hearts as everybody's kind of getting on, because I see lots of people popping in. So we want to give it just a minute here.
I'm so excited for today's presentation that I put up my sparkly background.
I know, I love it. It's great. And guys, we like to be a little goofy, but honestly, we're just so excited. We have so many great things going on and just so much excitement within our team, within the company, with just all of it. And, we hope you guys can be as excited about your video or your company and opportunity and business as we are. So, all right, lots and lots and lots of people.
Hey, Beverly, thanks for joining in from the UK. Jessica, George from Delaware, Gail from Illinois, Karen from Alberta. Hello, Karen. Sherry from Oklahoma. Got people from all over today.
Yeah, I see Philly, Chicago, Mississippi, like everywhere. Queen Creek. All right, we got a local. I love it, love it. All right, guys. Well, it looks like we got a good jump. There might still be a few people hopping on, but we want to go ahead and respect your time and get started today. So
I am going to share my screen because I'm always the official screen sharer.
I love it. Teamwork, right? Whoops. Oh, there we go. Okay. I got nervous for a minute that our slides weren't working. So, all right, guys. So what we're going to talk with you about today is how to attract a downline of excited reps using social media. So first of all, if you could get excited about adding more team members to your team and you could do it through social media, drop us a big yes below.
So in case we haven't met, we have a lot of great new people in this group. That's Trish. I'm Ruth. And we've been in network marketing a combined 25 plus years. So we've been around a long time. We built entirely online now using social media. We are both double comma coaches, marketing coaches. We feel mentally and physically on fire. We take care of ourselves. We eat right. We exercise. We are both girl moms. And in the past 3 years, we've coached more than 3,000 struggling network marketers. We're both six-figure income earners in the industry, and we are super passionate about helping you achieve your goals.
Love it. So guys, this training is for you, right? If you have ever been told that you need a personal brand, but were left confused by what that really meant, right? If you have ever thought that you could find rockstar recruits by posting about your products and opportunity, it's also for you if you are confused about who your target market might be and why knowing that is a foundation to a great content marketing strategy. It's also for you if you're looking to attract quality leads to you on social media. It's for you if you want to build a team of go-getters. I'm pretty sure that most people want that. And if you're ready to start having the success you were hoping for when you started MLM, and I think that's probably most people. And if that is you, drop us a big success below.
I'm seeing lots of yeses here. We've got a girl mom, Denise. We've got lots of yeses. Awesome. So here's a couple of tips, guys, as we go through this. Be present, take notes, make the best use of your time. Don't be distracted. Turn off your cell phone, your TV, other distractions. Ask questions, okay? We monitor the comments here. So ask questions and engage. We love answering questions. And stay awesome. Stay awesome and positive. do your homework, okay? We always leave homework at some point, and commit to learning a new strategy. If you find yourself doing the same thing over and over again, maybe not getting results, then maybe it's time for a new strategy. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
All right. So you might be thinking it must be so easy for them to find prospects and recruit. And because we get this a lot from people. And the truth is, it is easy if you know the right strategies.
So we actually enjoy the same prospecting and recruiting advantage that your company leaders enjoy. We have know, like, and trust. We're already successful, so we've got lots of credibility, and we have a reputation of helping lots and lots of network marketers become successful.
But here's the thing. We created this kind of prospecting and recruiting advantage long before we ever hit the top leadership ranks at our company. Right? So this is possible. It doesn't matter what level you're at. The skills that we teach to build your business are going to work at any of those levels.
In fact, in our first few years of network marketing online, it did nothing for our credibility, like zero. Our friends, our family, our quality social media contacts did not join our businesses. Many of them laughed at our content. Many of them blocked us on social media, leaving us with people who really weren't committed to building a team, or really not even interested in growing a business or buying our products. Why? Because we were spammers and we didn't even know it. We were just doing what we were taught, and we didn't even know we were spammers.
No, it's pretty embarrassing, really. When you look back.
I know. Sometimes I get those notifications of, 6 years ago, here's your post. And it's like, oh, don't show me that.
I love it. So guys, let's turn back the clock, right? Let's turn back the clock here to when we got started, right? So when we actually got started in network marketing, it was long before social media. We did have credibility, right? People saw us as professionals. We were both CPAs. I was running my own accounting practice, and Ruth was the COO of a mid-sized high-tech company. And so we did have that credibility within our profession.
But in our first years, what we did is we made a list of friends and family. We approached everyone in our warm market. We weren't afraid to ask. We went out there, we did it. We prospected strangers in public, on airplanes, in restaurants, in malls. We hosted home meetings and hotel meetings. I remember home meetings where no one would come. I'd clean my house all day and no one would show up. We did one-on-one coffee meetings. We did hundreds of three-way calls. Trish was an expert mall sharker. So we did it all.
We did. But unfortunately, right, collectively, we made some money. Like, we did make money. We were having some success, but we were not nearly close to even what we knew was possible in this industry and what we had signed up for.
And even worse, together we spent a lot of what we made, right? So hotel rooms, conventions, conferences, flyers, business cards, catalogs, product samples, leads. I bought leads, auto ships. It all started adding up, and our profitability was getting thinner and thinner and thinner.
Yeah. And really what it came down to is, by the end, we realized that what we were doing was just not working, right? It wasn't duplicatable within our teams. We were spending a lot of time to make just a little bit of money. And, I understand when you start a new business, you're not going to get rich overnight. But after a while, like, it gets old, right? And so we quit the way of traditional MLM was being taught. We stopped the old school MLM methods. And then we started spamming on social media. That doesn't work either. And obviously we were prospecting at the malls. None of these things were duplicatable. And the only reason we were getting results is because we were relentless and we just did it nonstop. But that's not duplicatable within your team. And it's not something I suggest, because it truly creates burnout.
So we decided we needed to work smarter and not harder. We saw people out there crushing it on social media, crushing it in the network marketing industry using social media. We looked at the traditional ways businesses did marketing, because we had traditional business background, and what was required to build team duplication. We put them together, And that's where the magic happened. We knew we didn't have the skills right off the bat to do all of this marketing. So we sought out a whole bunch of mentorship, invested in our skills, invested in ourselves. And when we put the two together, amazing things happened when we launched our social media marketing system and our team.
So what we did is we really started to leverage the place where the people are. And, I remember even when I first started doing stuff on social media years ago, in fact, when I had gotten out of the industry for a little bit, got back into the industry. And this time I was like, oh, it's going to be so amazing and so different because we have social media. We didn't have this before. But you got to learn where these people are on social media, and you got to figure out how to get in front of them and how to strategize with that. And that's, how we became spammers, not knowing that. But we really wanted to start where people were, because on Facebook, guys, there's 2.7 billion monthly active users, right? 1.69 billion people who log into Facebook every single day, right? That's billion with a B. That's a lot of people. It's 1.3 billion people who use Facebook Messenger every single month. And over 500 million people are daily active users on Instagram, right? 500 million a day on Instagram. Those numbers are astronomical when you think about it. But knowing who you're looking for and knowing how to find them, wouldn't you agree? You could probably find about 20 good people within that group or those billions of people.
I think so. And Michelle says, I can't do it nonstop. I have kids, a mom I'm taking care of, and a full-time job. And Michelle, you know what? That's the reality of our industry. Most people don't start in our industry full-time. They've got a life, they've got a job, they've got people, responsibilities. So there has to be a way to do our business in the pockets of time that's effective, right? And that's the key word. Do it in a way that's effective within those time frames. So most people in our industry are in exactly the same boat as you.
Yeah.
So now we want to share all of this with you, how to create your own prospecting and recruiting advantage to attract an endless flow of quality prospects who are interested in joining your team and who are ready and willing to buy your products.
So guys, how would it feel, right, to have people who are actually interested in joining your team and who were ready and willing to buy products from you, right? How would that feel? Because I know when I first got started here, or doing stuff on social media, even when I was spamming, when you got that random person, it was like, hallelujah, right? Like it was so amazing. And in the beginning, the problem was just finding more of those people. But once you can do that, oh my gosh, it is a game changer. And so the system that we have, that's what it's allowed us to do, right? It's allowed us to recruit over 1,000 new reps into our network marketing business in our first 8 months of launching the system. It's allowed us to see 100 plus rank advancements on our team, right? On our team, 100 plus, right? I mean, that is amazing. What that means is there's duplication, and it's not just the leaders who are winning. Like, we're developing leaders as we duplicate. And how the system, has allowed us to have new reps who've never made a dime in network marketing cover car payments and mortgage payments in their first 6 weeks of plugging into our system. How would that feel for you guys?
And Trish, all the time we spent building our system, it took us about 8 months to build it before we launched it. It was a lot of sleepless nights and up till 2, 3 in the morning because we were working a full-time job as marketing coaches. But now to see people, paying off cars with using our system, it's made it all worthwhile.
Absolutely.
So what's your current situation? Where are you at?
All right. Oops. Sorry, guys. 1 second. My screen's kind of went bonkers on me. All right. So you may be building traditionally, right? Maybe you're making a list of friends and family, attending coffee meetings, hosting home parties, attending hotel meetings, and prospecting strangers. Some of those obviously a little limited right now with what's going on, but you still might be doing some of those things, right? You might have your friends and family who don't want to hear it anymore. Like they call you or you call them and they don't even pick up, right? Remember had that happen? Very few people bought our products and no one wants to join, right? That's what was happening when we were doing some of these traditional things. Now, I'm not going to say that it didn't work, because it does work, right? It does work, but the numbers that you have to go through to make it work are just astronomical. And most of us don't have time for that today, nor do we want to do it that way today, right? And you may be spending way too much time away from home for a home business. Like, that is the craziest thing. Like, I remember spending all day long on a Saturday in a Starbucks, and I'm like, seriously? Like, this is supposed to be a home business, and I'm spending a Saturday, no less, completely away from my family. And, maybe you feel like prospecting strangers is weird. I know I did. I got really good at it, but again, not duplicatable. So if you're doing any of these things, guys, drop us a 4 below.
So now maybe you've tried using social media, using curiosity the right way. So let us know, hit some of those love hearts if you've ever tried using curiosity on social media, because that was the buzzword for a while. So what you may have noticed is results can often be slow. Okay. People need to see your curiosity posts over and over and over and over and over again before they'll actually reach out. Your posts aren't being seen like they once were because of Facebook algorithms and Instagram algorithms, and people's appetites for content has changed. No one's asking for more info anymore, or DMing you or messaging you. And you're really just tired. You're tired of the social media work without the results to prove, right?
And you're probably asking yourself, because I know I've been there, I know Ruth's been there, and you're probably going, oh my gosh, when will this ever work, right? If this is you guys, drop a me, right? Mm-hmm. Because you're wondering, when is the duplication going to kick in? When will recruiting kick in? And I remember being there, because it just seemed like I would continuously recruit. They would leave. And the people who I brought in, they weren't recruiting either. And so it was just this nonstop revolving door, right? If that is you, drop a me below.
Yeah, we're getting some 3s and 4s and me's, and awesome.
Krista says, show me the money.
So in each of these 3 strategies, you may find yourself without quality prospects, or perhaps no prospects at all, right? You're making little to no money, doing a lot of work, and maybe you're even going in the hole, okay? You're no closer to financial freedom than when you started, and you're no closer to time freedom, because all your spare time is consumed talking to the wrong people.
Yeah. And for many of you, I know this was me, you're nowhere close to quitting your job, right? Quitting is not yet an option. And I remember that being me for a long time. In fact, I remember for probably at least 3 or 4 straight years, I kept saying, because I was in accounting, I was CPA, I would prep people for taxes, do all that. And I kept saying, and come January, all right, this is the last year I'm going to have to work this tax season. This is the last year I'm going to have to do this. And then the next year I'd be doing it again. I'm like, no, this is the last year. This is the last year. If you've ever felt this way, guys, drop us a JOB below.
So if there's some of you out there already making 6 figures, first of all, congratulations, okay? You're one of the few who actually stays in the game long enough to learn the skills to get to 6 figures. But here's the thing about 6 figures that we also learned. You likely have little free time. You're still recruiting to backfill the people who are leaving faster than you can recruit. In addition to recruiting, you're likely spending hours training your team, traveling to meet them, and opening new markets. The demand for your time literally becomes out of control, and the promise of time freedom and financial freedom still isn't there. And the reason it's not there is because there aren't systems, and we're still recruiting the wrong people.
So how would it be different if you had something to offer the right people that attracted them to you, right? How would it be different if you had a group to plug them into where they received value and didn't feel sold to, right? Because people don't come to social media to be sold to. Now they buy stuff here, but that's not why they're here, right? How would it be different if they started to see you and your team members as a valuable resource to help them solve their biggest problem, right? And how would it feel if they were thankful that you connected with them and shared with them the valuable content that you have? And how would it feel if you had a way to create influence fast instead of slow? Because a lot of times you feel like you're doing it all alone online, right? So how would it feel to actually be able to get influence faster?
And what if you had a highly duplicated group funnel system that your team could plug into with ease, and it created duplication fast?
So today what we're going to share with you is the 3 group funnel system that we have got for our team, right? This is the exact system that we have used in our network marketing team to create the results that we outlined to you. It's also the exact system that we use that have really created groups that in a simple way to use that set up a duplicatable, low-tech funnel system for your team and create community with your prospects, right? But let us caution you, it's simple, but it does take work.
So drop us some of those love hearts, guys, if you're willing to put some work into your business so that your business works for you going forward. Hit some of those love hearts, guys. And the truth is 95% of your team really just wants an easy system to plug into. Okay. They don't want to create a whole bunch of stuff. They don't have time. They want to spend the bit of time they have in the day and the pockets of time doing simple things that produce results, okay? So they don't want to create their own funnels. They don't want to create their own systems. They want to plug into something that works. So if they do, they aren't easy to convert, okay? If you create your own funnel system, it can be easy to do. It's not always easy to convert. Your team doesn't want to run their own ads, right? Ads are very, very complex things to get to convert. And on top of that, your team probably doesn't have big advertising budgets yet, right? So just starting their business. So you need something that's simple, duplicatable, that people can plug into with ease, that isn't going to cost them a lot of effort or money to do.
So your job as a leader, and I feel like we're talking to leaders here, right? You're here, you're trying to up-level your skills, you're wanting something better for your business, right? You're taking the time to learn more. But your job as a leader is to set up a system for you so that you can have massive success, right? And sometimes having that system means you're collaborating with others as well, right? Because here's the thing, once you put together and teach your new team members to use the system so that they too can have that massive success, right? So you need something that you can also teach. But once you do this as a leader, you will never, you're never going to make it to the top ranks unless you bring your team with you, right? So that's what's so important. If you don't have this, you've got to have something that's going to duplicate for you. And you're never, like I said, you're never going to make it to the top ranks unless your team knows what to do. Because even though you know what to do, if your team doesn't know how to do it, if your team doesn't know how to plug in, you're not going to be that leader that you want to be in your business.
So here's 3 simple steps to creating your groups/community. A group on Facebook is really a place for a community, right? We see so many people trying to create groups that end up flopping. And it's because they get no engagement. They have no growth. And eventually they get abandoned, right? So let us know if you've ever created a group that you were excited about, but it just didn't take off. So there's 3 steps to creating this kind of group. Number 1 is setting up the group. Number 2 is creating excitement in the group. And number 3 is inviting your prospects to the group.
So while setting up the group, first of all, there are a few types of groups that you're going to need, right? There's a prospecting group for recruiting team members, entrepreneurs. You're going to need a team group for your new team members, but you're also going to need a prospecting group for those new customers. And I can tell you guys, doing this, setting it up, it's a lot of work. It's a lot to manage. And getting that excitement is pretty darn hard to do. In fact, it took Ruth and I over 8 months to really get everything up and going, because it's not just the setup, right? It's so much more than just the setup.
I remember our first lives, Trish, in our groups. It was only you and me on for about a month.
Yeah,
it can work, guys. It can work. You just have to stick with it. So this is, you need to understand this concept here in order for a group to work. It's the stages that a prospect goes through online, okay? So the first stages, like let's say, you're on social media and we have those billions of people out there on social media who don't know you yet. That's the cold market. They don't know who you are. They've never seen you. They've never seen your posts. They've never met you yet. So the first stage is called awareness. Awareness, it happens when we create content on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're on, LinkedIn, TikTok, there's a whole bunch of platforms. Awareness is when you put content in front of your ideal business prospect, okay? From there, we move that cold market, they become aware, so they're a little bit warmer, and then we start creating interest. Well, interest happens in a messenger conversation, right? So the next phase is to get your prospect into Messenger and just start having a chat, get to know each other, right? It's not the place where you send your link right away. It's relationship building. From there, we move people to consideration, intent, evaluation. So we move them into another kind of Facebook group so that they can either evaluate joining your team, joining your opportunity, or purchasing your products. From there, that's when the close happens, okay? That's the hot market. The close happens, it can happen one-to-one in a Zoom call or face-to-face. It can be happening in a group presentation where a link is shared, but that's the close, that's the purchase, that's the recruit. So we bring people from cold to warm to hot through this group funnel system.
So there's a bit of a difference too, guys, just between prospecting and team groups, right? So your prospecting groups are where you're going to be adding value. You're helping people evaluate whether they want to join your team or purchase your products, right? A team group is where this is for the people who've already said yes to your business. And then for team trainings, recognition, announcements. And just like we've said before, and I'll tell you, there's a reason we keep repeating this, because we've watched so many people try to do this on their own without success, because these groups are a lot of work to get going in the beginning. And you have to create momentum. You have to create energy in them. So you probably are going to want to start with one at a time. You're definitely not going to want to start with more than one. And it is just going to take time. I don't know. We just want to make sure we're upfront and honest with that. It works, but it takes a lot of time.
And here's the thing, guys. Any quick fix in your business generally isn't going to work. It's just the way it is, right? And in anything in life, we have to work away at things to actually have them become spectacular. And it's no different here. You're going to have to put some work in to make this work. So step 2 is creating the excitement. And let me tell you, when Trish and I started, just me and her on Zooms and on lives, we had to get each other excited because no one else was watching. So
No.
You want to get your team, the way to get the excitement is to get your team excited about using the groups, okay? That's a key factor because it's going to help create that momentum and that energy. So get your whole team involved, okay? Don't make it just about you. Announce your group system to your team on your team calls, in your trainings, get people excited to use it, show them how it works, and have a mission to share with your team. It's got to be bigger than just selling some products, okay? To get people excited. Next, create excitement about the group on social media. Let people know what they're missing out if they don't join, right? Create that FOMO. The only place they can see it is inside your group. Leave little teasers on social media, okay? Next thing is share results of the system with your team. So as results start happening from your group, maybe someone got a new customer, someone got a new recruit, share those stories with your team so that they continue to be excited and continue to engage in your group so that it grows and grows and grows and everybody wins. And make it exclusive. So there's a lot of groups out there on social media that are public groups that are wide open for anyone to join. It is not that kind of group. It has to be exclusive. It has to be private. It has to be by invitation only. And in that way, that's how you create FOMO.
And it's interesting. I just wanted to add something here. So some of you know I was in Houston last week for a big company event. And I was actually talking with some multiple seven-figure earners there. They've been multiple seven figures in this industry for a long time. And they were sharing with me, well, first of all, they were asking, okay, what are you guys doing? Because they have had groups that they've been using for a long time, and they're getting no traction in their groups, right? And so they're just like, well, how are you guys doing it? How are you guys? And it's just really funny because I think for the most part is people just, I don't know, most of the reason I think is people aren't giving the value they need, but a lot of it too is people just give up so easily and so early because it does take a long time. And it took away from us building our businesses for a while, really getting them going. So I just want to share that. But step 3 for the groups, guys, is to invite prospects, right? So now that you're all set up, it's time to fill your group with quality prospects. So teach people how to passively invite through social media posts. Give your team social media posts they can share to help them do this, right? Because again, it has to be duplicatable. Teach people how to directly invite through Messenger. Give your team social media scripts to help them with the right words to use. Because how many of you guys have made posts? How many of you guys have done things and then you're like, oh my God, I don't know what to say. Or all of a sudden you happen to get a post that works. Then you're like, oh my gosh, how do I respond, right? That's you, drop on me. But this is why it's so important. And it's really important to understand how to talk to people. And that luckily, that's one thing that Ruth and I really have a great background in. And we were really able to come up with some great scripts and stuff for our team to help with that. But teach people how to invite through Facebook Lives and then directing them to the group, for deeper dives into different topics, but give your team Facebook Live content ideas to help direct toward the group for a deep dive as well. And then ATM your prospects and bring them to a call.
The next thing you're going to need, in addition to the group funnel system that we just described, is a team training portal. And this is really, really key, guys, because if you want people plugging into the group system, they need to know how to use it. It has to be simple. You have to give them some done-for-you content so that all those things become duplicatable, right? It's easy for people who have very, very limited time to plug into. So here's the thing. Now that you have your team have recruited a ton of new reps, you've got to train them, right? You've got to train them so that they become successful using the system. And that happens inside your team training portal.
All right. So now you might be thinking, right? This sounds like a lot of work to put together. If you guys are thinking that, put a lot below, right? Just put that down there for us. And we do have some questions we'll come back to in just a second here. But there's the setup, there's the invite, there's the hype, there's the post, there's the messenger scripts, the team training, the team buy-in. And then something we have not mentioned, automation, right? Because if you want something to be duplicatable, you've got to have some automation in there as well.
And here's the thing. There's a reason why our team calls us Team Truth. Because we always tell things like it is. We don't sugarcoat things. We want you to know what you need to do to become successful. It is a lot of work to put it together. And it's even more work to create the excitement and momentum. It took us 8 months of trial and error to build this automated system. And when I say trial and error, I really mean it. We tried things, we tested them out, they didn't work. I'd cry. Trisha would tell me it was okay. And then and then she'd cry and I'd tell her it was okay. And we kept going until it worked. It was only once we had the results with the system that we actually launched the system and launched our team.
Yeah, because guys, we didn't want to test it on our team. We want to make sure it worked before we invited a team, right? So here's just a quick snapshot of what happened once we launched it, right? Here are just a handful of people who have had some pretty big success in our company and really have started hitting some big ranks within our company.
Absolutely. And here's some testimonials that I absolutely love. I adore these women on our team. On the left, we have Molly. She says in 8 months, she rank advanced 5 times, and she is building a massive team. She says, in all my years of network marketing, I've never had the support or leadership I have here. The SNP system has been an absolute game changer in my business, allowing me to have true success for the first time in my business without feeling spammy. In the middle, we have Angela. Angela in 3 months rank advanced 4 times. She says, if you're a struggling network marketer who is struggling with old school methods, building, like making a list of friends and family, hosting parties, or trying to find people to host parties, stuck in the malls, having coffee meetings, it's time to go out and scale up and learn new and better ways to build your business. So Angela was stuck. She saw results. On the right, we have Lisa. Lisa is an incredible leader. She said in 8 months, she rank advanced 5 times, all the way up to one of our big leadership ranks. She was struggling in her network marketing business for years. It wasn't until she implemented the team duplication system and nailed down her branding and messaging that her business really took off. She's so grateful. She said yes to this new way of growing a network marketing team.
And here are a few more, and I just absolutely love these. On the left here, we've got Carla in 6 months, has rank advanced 3 times and earned her first free trip. Like, how many of you would like to earn a free trip? If so, drop us a free, right? This was big. She says, the team has taken me from being stuck and at a dead end in my business to creating unlimited possibilities. Instead of worrying about how I will succeed, I'm excited to learn and implement. It's not about trial and error anymore. It's not about just talking to more people. It's about learning tools and strategies to be of value to people to grow in my business online. I've learned branding strategies, content creation, and duplicatable systems. The systems I've been looking for to simply plug and play. I've learned to work smarter, not harder. In the middle, we've got Whitney, and I love this. In 5 months, she rank advanced twice and also earned her first free trip, right? So these gals have been in network marketing in the past, right? They've been in anywhere from 18 months to 5 years here prior to joining our team. Whitney says, the system opened my eyes to a whole new way of marketing. I've learned how to set up my Facebook profile properly in a way that attracts leads to me. And now I'm building a brand that I am really proud of and attract quality leads to me. And on the right, we have got Cheryl. In 6 months, she rank advanced 3 times and earned her first free trip, right? For the first time, I actually have leadership and mentorship in my business that has made me think bigger. This has allowed me to recruit more people in my business and achieve things I never thought were possible. How many of you would like to break those belief barriers, right? Drop us a belief below.
And I love, I wish I could highlight that last line that Carla said. She said, I've learned to work smarter, not harder. And that's the key, because if we just keep working harder and harder, that's not the promise of time freedom. Time freedom happens when we work smarter. So I love, love, love. I wish I could highlight that. So you may be asking yourself, can I create this myself? Can I? Absolutely. Absolutely, you can create it yourself. You can put in the time, build the groups, create the momentum, put the automation in place, and it can happen. But it's going to take time, as we've said. It's going to take some effort. It's going to take some trial and error, but you can get there just like we did. But what if you had our help, or it was already done for you?
So maybe you're feeling stuck right now, right? You're using outdated strategies, because what once worked online doesn't really work anymore, right? You might be with someone who's teaching you, your upline's teaching you strategies that they used 6 years ago that worked in their business. Well, I can share with you what worked 6 months ago doesn't really work today, right? What worked 6 weeks ago doesn't really work today. You might be using traditional strategies that are lots of work and, it's not working. Like I said, you might feel like you're trying to use technology, but it's overwhelming technologies, right? There's so many things: funnels, autoresponders, Facebook ads, large advertising spend, email lists. Like, it's so overwhelming what can be out there today. And then you've got all overwhelming choices on social media, right? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, and so many more. And you're like, oh my God, where do I even start? Right? And it can be confusing. And honestly, I like to use the example of a pinball machine because, you're like, okay, let me just try something. But so you're like, let me search out this one thing. And when you hit the ball and it goes up and then it's just like ding, 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 right? All over. That's what happens, right? When you are just looking on social media, it's like this shiny object syndrome where it's going to take you down all these rabbit holes and you're never going to quite get the answer. But if you had a roadmap, right? If you had a roadmap that had a start line and a finish line and step by step in between, how would that feel?
So guys, hit some of the love hearts if you are so done with being stuck. Like, today is the last day you are going to feel stuck. Hit some of those love hearts, guys. Now, ask yourself this: where are you currently at in your business? Now, I don't want you to post it in the comments. This is something you ask yourself. You be honest with yourself. Where are you currently at? What kind of money are you making? Are you breaking even? Are you going in the hole? Are you getting close to your goal? Where are you really at?
And ask yourself this: are you making the money you set out to make when you first joined, right? Because we talk to people every day who are in this business, and they've been here sometimes for a couple months, but a lot of times it's like years, right? And they're still not making any money, but you're there still because you're just holding on to that belief that you can make it. And you can, but you're going to need to make a change in order to do that.
Now ask yourself this question: if it was a perfect world, okay? Let go of all of your self-limiting beliefs and the stories you tell yourself. In a perfect world, if I had a magic wand and I go, what is your business doing for your life a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What is different in your life as a result of the business you've created in a perfect world? What does it look like? What does it feel like?
Okay. And now ask yourself this: on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, how important to you is it to have that life that you just dreamed of, right? Drop it in the comments. How important is it to you? Are you a 1? Are you a 5? Are you an 8? Are you a 10? Share with us, but be honest. Be honest. How important is it to you?
So now that you kind of know where you are in your business, you've been honest with yourself and where you need to be, okay, with that dream you have, how much money on a monthly basis do you need to be producing in your business to achieve that lifestyle? Okay. And write it down on a piece of paper, guys. Is it an extra 5,000 a month? Is it an extra 10,000 a month? Maybe you've got really big goals and it's 20, 30, 40. What is the number? And so often people have a hard time putting that number down. But if you don't know where you're going, you are never going to get there. So how much money do you need a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now to get to that lifestyle you want? Write it down on a piece of paper.
Now I'm seeing lots of 10s. I even see an 11. But guys, I want to ask you before we ask this next question, right? Are you really that number, right? I hope you are, because it then means you are all in. And if you're all in, you're willing to do whatever it's going to take to build that business. I see a 2,000. This one's really serious. I love it. But seriously, and now be 100% honest with yourself. How big is the gap between the money you are making today from your business and the money you require to have the life that you dream of, right? All right, so I'm seeing some new numbers here. We got 2,000, 500,000, love it. 50,000, right? But be honest, how big is it? And I don't want you to shrink your dream, guys. This is keeping your dream where you want it. I don't want you to ever think, well, maybe I could just, maybe I don't need all of that. I could have this. No, it is your life. Why would you take something away that you really want? And lots of numbers.
So, guys, if you keep on the same path that isn't working for you, it's going to continue not to work. And I fell into that trap that I just kept doing the same thing over and over again because that's what I was being told. And I worked harder and harder and harder and got busier and busier and busier, but still produced no results. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with doing the same thing and not getting the results that you want?
So do you think this might be right for you, right? Let's get to the chase here because Ruth and I, we said before, we're known for #truth. That is us. But seriously, we're not about hype. We're really professionals here. And we've really spent some time together. And you've seen our social media system, right? And what we do. And you've seen our personal results. You've seen our team results. You see that clearly we can help you with what it is that you're looking for.
So if you're serious, guys, and not just curious about creating that lifestyle that you just outlined for yourself, then this is going to be for you, okay?
So what we want you guys to do is we want you to comment join below if you would like to join us and our team and what it is that we do, or simply get back to the person who invited you to this group. And they'll be happy to give you more detailed information on how we can help you start getting the results that you're looking for in your business, right? If you truly want to change your current situation, if you truly want change, you can see what we have. You can see that it works. You see that it's all together. Now you can go and create it yourself, like we said, but we know how much work it's going to take at this point. But if you would like to join a team that already has a system in place that's creating duplication, drop us a join below, or like I said, get back to the person who brought you here today.
The other thing you can do, guys, is we've put our calendar links on there. If you're not sure, and we know what it's like, if you're in, I remember my very first network marketing opportunity 12 years ago. I actually thought it was the only network marketing company. I thought, wow, this is so cool. We've got the only one. Meanwhile, there's 8,300 of them in the world, I later discovered. But I was in love. I was in love with the culture, the company, the products. I loved everything about it, right? I loved the people I got to know. But I wasn't getting to my dream. I wasn't getting any closer. And I spent years there. And I finally had to say, okay, I need to dramatically change what I do because I love the lifestyle I want more than my love for my products and my company. And it was when I made that decision that I was actually able to move forward and create the results that we've created with our team and our system and in our own businesses. So sometimes you got to kind of get real with yourself. I had to, and it's not always easy, but if you want to talk about it, that's okay. We never try and persuade people it's either right or it's not, but we're happy to have a chat with you. Our calendar links are below, and we can have a chat to see where you are and how we might help you.
Yeah. And I just want to add too, because so many times when Ruth and I are talking to people, people are like, but I love my products. Well, guess what? A lot of people love the products. In fact, Ruth and I are personally customers of other companies. Mm-hmm. But ask yourself, are you a customer or are you building a business where you're currently at? Because you might just be a customer. And you can continue to be a customer. That's okay. But where are you going to build your business? And I get it. There's a lot of great companies. There's a lot of great products. And that's partially why we're customers of other companies do, because there are some products that we don't have that we get somewhere else. But we choose to build our business where we know we can win with our business. And we want you to do the same.
It's so funny. I'm still a customer of my very, very first network marketing opportunity because there were things that I loved there, and I get them every month. I'm still on auto ship. Yeah, it was really about the lifestyle became much more important than anything else. So anyway, guys, we'll leave you with that. We're happy to have a chat, or get back to the person who invited you to this group, have a chat with them. And we would love to get all of your questions answered and get a chance to meet with you.
Yeah. So we will see you next week. And if there's something specific we didn't answer, please reach out to us and we'll be happy to answer those questions for you. Thanks so much.
Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.